Hello, guys. Welcome back. We're going to play a game that came out, I think, a while ago, and I'm a little late to the boat, but it's called What Remains of Edith Finch. It's rated pretty well. It almost has 5 stars, so it must be a pretty good game. Apparently, everyone in my family is dead, and I'm the only survivor, and we're going to find out why. Uh-oh. Did we freeze? We're okay, we're okay. I thought we froze. Okay, I turned it down just a tad. What Remains of Edith Finch? I like the graphics so far. I like the details on the water, seeing all the bubbles, the fog. Can I move? Oh, I'm supposed to move. My bad. Okay, I can look around, but I can't walk. Maybe I'm buckled into the boat or whatever. I am on a boat, right? Oh, I see. Edith Finch. How do I turn it? I'm trying to figure out the control. Ah, there we go. We gotta do it like a real boat.
To you. And I'm sorry about that. I'm just gonna start at the beginning with the house.
I can move now. All right. All right. So we're starting from the beginning. That's an interesting
I lived here
house.
until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Kind of odd, not being able to go in every room in your own house. A little suspicious. The mailbox. What does it say? Aureus Island Gazette.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Well, I think it's safe to say they never got their money.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
That's kind of cool that they make the words fall and everything. Ooh. I really like the graphics.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
The Finches. Ooh, do we go left or do we go right? What's down here? Kind of spooky. Maybe we'll find a wolf. Or we were the only survivor until we explored the forest and got eaten.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent, as if they're about to say something but never do.
Oh, is this the house? Because I didn't go up. Should I have explored everything? Should I go back? Can I play basketball? I don't think it's gonna let me play basketball. That's rude. Playing basketball. Alright, that's the house. Should I keep going or should I? I didn't go up. I went down. We're gonna keep going.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
You know, I I don't know if I'd want to be in the tallest part of the house. I don't know. It doesn't look very safe. Imagine if there was a tornado and it just... I hope they don't live close to the water. Let me see if there's any water back here.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
I don't blame you. It looks like an accident waiting to happen. The house itself looks like it's going to fall apart.
As a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
And I would be too. That's pretty fair. Suppose we go in. Oh.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Well, that's creepy. Okay. We gotta figure out what this key unlocks. So maybe we go in the house at the end. What's this? Some pictures maybe? Or maybe there are mirrors into the garage. Can't go in the garage. Oh, what about the back door?
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Not what I thought we were gonna do, but okay.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
I thought we were gonna try to use the key, but I guess we're just gonna go through the dog door. I mean, we're in, I suppose.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
Weird, so nobody's
But
cleaned this
instead of a
house since they
family,
died?
They were just memories of one.
This is pretty dirty. Can I open the fridge? Edith, Eddie, Dawn, and Lewis. And now they're all dead. In loving memory, Lewis Finch. That must be her dad. This bowl is creepy. Look, it's got like eyeballs. It looks kind of cool. Like, it's creepy but cool. I kind of like it. Alright, anyway, I suppose that's not what I'm supposed to be looking at. Oh, what's this?
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Ew. I don't even eat salmon now. Seafood is a no for me. Wow, that really is a lot, though. Holy crap. Look at this mess.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
This is where Eddie sat.
It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
That's all we can click on in here. By the way, if I miss anything, let me know. I know I'm oblivious sometimes.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house after it sank.
I keep calling him Eddie. Edie. My bad. Edie. Okay. That's just dust particles? I think so. I thought it meant I could touch the box. Never mind. I'll go downstairs in a minute. Let me explore everything here first so I don't forget anything. that's broken. Stored in there. I don't think we've come out here yet.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Milton Finch missing. What else does it say? It just says he... October 23rd, 2003. Oh, that's really hard to read. I don't know. I suppose we'll find out as we keep going. Oh. This door is interesting. Guess we're going upstairs. We have not
After
went
Milton
to the basement yet.
Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
That's actually really funny. Oh man, so she drilled peepholes so she can still see. That's why the doors look weird.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
That is so weird.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Huh. That's Calvin's room. That was Gregory's room. Is that all the... Wait, this has a peephole. Ben.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
She had a lot of people live. It's like an episode of Full House almost. Did I see this one? Yep. Okay, let's go.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Oh, so maybe she was an actress?
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
That is actually pretty cool. She was like a mini Shirley Temple.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Okay, I suppose the key doesn't go for that. So maybe we are supposed to go to the basement first. Been here. We been over here?
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Aw. Alright, so we're gonna learn about a lot of people, that's for sure.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Oh, the key went to a book. So 20,000 leagues under the sea, I think is what it says.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Alright, looks like we went the right direction then. I was about to go back downstairs
From the paintings on the
too.
wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Oh, wow, that's a pretty kitty.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
We're learning about Molly? Wait, well, I don't know. It also says Edie. Oh, hang on. Yeah, no, the magnifying glass is on Molly's name. Molly Finch.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Dang, were her parents not feeding her? You gonna eat her fish next? Oh, maybe. She thought about eating the fish? Is that what that's saying? I was kidding. Oh my gosh. Alright, I suppose we can leave the room now. Oh wait, what's this? A pumpkin?
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Alright, let's go.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Poor thing. But she wants food. Oh, there's another door. The bathroom?
I kept eating and eating.
Why? Ew.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Are those even safe to eat?
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
Oh, we're gonna eat the bird.
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
What the heck? A cat. Can I jump? Aha.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
This is kind of cool. Come here, bird. Where'd the bird go? Over here.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Well, I mean, you're just a cat. I can't jump that high, can I? No. What if I, like, run and jump? No, that's too high. Okay. Go back to the tray, I suppose. Aha! Walk on the railing. Come here, you stupid bird. Let me eat you.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Alright, climb up here.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Whoa, this is cool.
Rabbits.
Rabbits, here they are. This is so cool.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
I wasn't sure how to catch two rabbits at the same time.
A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
So am I like high or something since I'm imagining myself being all these animals? Oh, I think I died. Oh no, I didn't. I'm a fish out of water.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Ah, it was one rabbit each swoop, no missing. Dang, I thought it was two at the same time. That's why I missed on purpose. I was trying again. Dang. That's all right. That's all right. Next time. All right, so I'm looking for a human to eat, I think. Just saw somebody, I thought. There's a boat. Maybe there's somebody on the boat. Oh, a fish! I don't think I ate it. There's a boat, but I don't see anybody. Interesting.
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Alright, so I'm trying to get a seal. I think I missed the first time. Oh, here it is. Maybe I gotta go slower. Oh, wait. Oh, I missed! Come on.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Poor little seal. I can't. Sorry, seal. I'm hungry.
Grabbed on tight. But I was was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Ew, what am I? Ew. Am I a snake?
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
I think I'm a snake. Am I a snake? I thought I was an eel at first, but...
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Oh, jeez, he scared me. He's dead.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
How do I get to him? Oh, you think I'm a kraken? Okay, maybe. His singing is so funny.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Oh, okay, so I'm still the same animal.
And the good smell went into an old pipe.
Oh, I bet this is my bedroom again, maybe?
I got closer and closer. All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Okay, so how did she die? Of starvation? Did she die of hunger? Is that why she was so hungry? Oh, I guess we go out the window. I would bet eating things she wasn't supposed to. Okay, like the berries. I could see that too. Either eating something she wasn't supposed to or starvation. Those are my guesses.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Slurpee. Purpley? Did they all rhyme? Derpy, maybe? I think they all rhyme. Zerpy? Okay. Oh, is this one alive still? Bob? Okay, they don't all rhyme. Burpy? Okay, all the birds rhyme. I think Bob's a snake. Derpy? Why do they all rhyme? That is not even creative. At least get creative with the name.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Oh, what's this? Hang on, we didn't touch this yet.
Her room was like a museum.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Oops.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
He was the first one to die. Interesting. I keep hitting the wrong button. I keep forgetting I gotta pretend it's a book. Okay. Alright, we can go now, I suppose.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year,
Or not.
just in time to replace the old ones.
Missed this.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
I can't imagine what it would feel like to lose every single person in your family when you're not even old yet.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom.
It was a pretty big trace.
Okay, maybe there's nothing else in here. I'm not saying anything. Oh, right here. I thought she only gave me one key. Maybe it opens all of their books? There's a secret in this bathroom by Sven and Edith Finch.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Okay, Calvin Finch.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
He was a photographer. Are we learning about Milton now? Fort Calvin.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Now we're learning about Calvin, not Milton.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
We're supposed to be swinging. She is sad, but not sad enough. Yeah, that's true. She doesn't sound too sad.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
I learned how to swing, guys.
At Barbara's funeral, we swore
This game kind of makes me
we'd
feel
never
sick.
be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
I don't like this scene.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Oh, so he's trying to go around the tree branch.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
This is how I would die too. I used to
think
love
he'd already
swinging.
made up his mind.
I always try to go as high as possible.
That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly.
Much.
And he did.
R.I.P. But maybe he holds the world record
Calvin's
for
story
swinging the
felt
highest.
strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Calvin. So he was born in 1950, died in 1961. Dang, so he was young when he died.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Yeah, I agree. That story is sad, especially since the brother probably blames himself for that. I mean, he does. He even said in the letter, if he hadn't told him he couldn't do it, he wouldn't have felt the need to try. Kind of a strange house.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
What's over here? I want to go here first. Oh.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Oh, so maybe we're learning about Barbara.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Her room is cool though. I kind of like it. Okay, Barbara, 1944 to 1960.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Dreadful Stories. Guest starring Barbara Finch. Could you imagine as a kid having to solve the tunnels in your own house? Yes, as a kid, this would be like the best house for an imagination. It would be, imagine hide and seek. Imagine how hard it would be to find everybody.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
I love the voice actor for this.
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was canceled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Of course, she died in the basement.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
I could use it as a weapon. What if I killed my own boyfriend?
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Watch out. I got a weapon. Oh, there's the saw that hurt her father. Move out my way. Oh, I see. Ah. Finally, my first achievement. Thank you. All right, I guess we go to the door.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh dear.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
and she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the Late Late Picture Show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
I wonder if I can beat the skeleton. Not really. Now let's go upstairs.
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges grow.
Oh no.
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Now what? Do I go? Oh, yep, we go after him. Yes, let's beat him to death with the crutch. He's not gonna be here anymore.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Trick or treat. I'm just kidding.
Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
You were wonderful. The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Oh.
Now
Well, isn't that lovely?
A real eerie tale.
So her fans killed her.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Aw, that's sad. Is that why you liked her story the best? Because it was like a comic? We're done with Barbara's story.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Because there's an ear inside of it. Okay. So maybe we can go to the basement now? Hang on, I don't think I heard all the dialogue for these rooms.
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
The pink room. Alright, let's go. Are there peepholes over here too? I already looked up there. I think I heard the story for this one, but I don't remember. Yeah, I did. She said something about how she thinks her and Molly would be friends. I remember now. Alright, let's go. Oh, there's one down here though.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Well, that's creepy. They're buried in the library? Here's something.
Only one restaurant would deliver to our house. We had Chinese a lot.
Sure, I
I
don't
wonder
miss
if that
anything.
comic was right about there being a key inside the music box near the basement.
So we're looking for the music box then. Okay. I know where that is. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss like peeping through any doors or interacting with any objects. Music box is here. I think that's it. I don't see her ear in there. Nope, don't see an ear. Alright, let's go. Oh, there's a baby carriage in here. So maybe we're learning about Sven.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Those hurt. I had to get a tetanus shot too. But I was really dumb. And I was trying to open like a can of SpaghettiOs, and I kind of sliced, and like it got my finger. It scarred me. Which finger is it? It's this one. I don't know how well y'all can see it, but it scarred my freaking finger. Now y'all can't see that very well, but yeah. Funny story. I had to get a tetanus shot because I had never had one. Yeah, and I didn't want stitches because I'm a big baby, so there's a big scar. Good times, good times. Be careful with them cans.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
Well, we're about to find out what it was. Obviously, it's not presents.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Okay, this must be... All right, here's Walter's story.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week.
Oh, he's opening a can. Speaking of cans.
But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Do we even eat the same thing every day? That doesn't sound like a fun
It's been
life.
a week now. The longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
And then he finally left his house, and he died. Moral to the story, stay an introvert. Stay in your house.
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin.
So that's why he didn't leave. That makes sense. He was
Maybe
scared.
this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
So he gets hit by a
I'm
train?
going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Yep, a train. R.I.P., Walter.
Walter
The
died
only
when
way
I
to
was 6.
survive?
I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Oh, she was 6 when he died. That is so sad, though. If he never left his house, he would have been alive, but that's not really living. But then he leaves and gets hit by a train. Like, what the hell?
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Pretty gross. Was that his bed? Is that where he slept?
Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else.
Well, now we're
But
gonna
I'm
get hit
worried
by a
the
train.
stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
1952 to 2005.
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Light just came on. All right.
But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of.
I really do like how they did the water on this game. Really pretty. The stairs.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Yeah, I like the game so far. It's pretty cute. I love how I say cute, and it's literally about how she's the only survivor in her family. But I mean, like, I like how they did it, if that makes sense. Obviously, the game isn't happy necessarily. We're heading up here. Ah, so we're going into the high part of the house.
That history of imagination and stubbornness and madness. Any of it seems possible.
Was it really them that had a curse, or is it their house that had a curse? Because this house literally looks like an accident waiting to happen.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Apparently this family.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
I mean, but if you were a kid, not bad. I still hate that they're all the same. Like, they all rhyme. Zerpy, Lurpy, Furpy, Chirpy, Burpy, Derpy, Derpy Jr. Like, she could have got more creative with the bird names. Come on.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Barbara, she died October 31st. She died on her birthday? Talk about real bad luck. March 31st. Do they all die on the 31st? No, they don't. Okay. They're different. Finch. Let's see. Calvin. Molly Finch. Oh, I guess we go up here.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
These statues are kind of cool.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
I was hoping I could see, like, the statue's face, but I suppose not. Oh, wait, I can zoom in, sort of. Okay. Supposed to be looking for something? Can I zoom in with the telescope? No?
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
There we go. The old house? So part of our house did fall in the water? I suppose we go back.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
I don't know then. I'll find out. I'm just gonna stop guessing. Maybe. Well,
she lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Why didn't they try moving to a house? You would think that maybe they would think the house could be cursed too.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
I feel like we're gonna die at the end of the game just because we came back to the house. I think the house is cursed.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing,
I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
She's 22 weeks pregnant? What are you doing? Yeah, we're for sure gonna die. This house is gonna end their family legacy? I don't think that's the right word, but our family's gonna be completely gone after this. There's gonna be no more Finches. We're gonna be gone.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
I'm assuming he likes to hunt.
They were both pretty intense.
I am too. I wonder if she's gonna make it or not. Oh, is this the other story? All right, so this is Sam's story. Looks like he was in the military. Yep, or Marines. There it is, right there. Oh, there it is.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off. Not quite.
I don't think I'm good at taking pictures. I'm not a good photographer. Oh, I can zoom in.
What?
Perfect.
It's
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
Did you want to get a picture of me or what?
All right, sorry, I was having fun. Where the hell are you? Over here? Oh, there she is.
Never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
A bird!
Aw.
Is there an alligator or anything in the water? Anything cool?
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
What else could I take a picture of? The mountains, maybe? What up here? Nothing? I don't see anything else cool. There's no other animals.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still on.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm
Hey,
just saying.
Rudman, welcome
I'm not always
in.
gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
For our daughter again. Oh,
Dad,
there she is.
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on it. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Don! I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Go, 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 go. Run. Not very happy, though.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so-
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Well, that
Of all these
was
stories,
definitely a brutal
that's
way
the
to
one I
die.
wish most that my mom had told me.
We haven't figured out what's happened to Sven, Edie. We also haven't figured out what happened to Kay, Gregory, Gus, or Dawn yet. Or Lewis, or Milton. Okay. I think the worst part about his death is that the daughter was kind of a brat the entire trip, which, I mean, kids typically are. They would rather be with their boyfriends or their friends instead of hanging out with their family. But it just, I think it's sad that that was her final
Instead of
memory
hiding
with him.
from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
No? Okay. No, maybe I can go that way because I don't see any. This door open though, I think.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
And then there's a little door over here.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Uh-oh, I think we're gonna find out about our baby brother now. So this is Gregory.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Oh, I see. I'm a snake. Oh wait, I'm a frog. Well, I don't know why I said I'm a snake. I can jump. Ribbit, ribbit.
Bend over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie.
Yeah, go away. I'm trying to play with my frog. I'm having fun in the bathtub. Trying to knock all the letters of my name off, but not really wanting to do that for me.
I wonder what he saw.
I want the ducks. I want the ducks.
What his world was like.
Yes, got it. I just want to knock my name off. Why is it so hard for me?
He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination.
Kind of like I'm lost right now.
Whatever it was he saw.
Ah! Come on! Please! Please. Let me knock the O out. Go away, you. What was that, an S? Oh my gosh. Why do I suck so bad? Jump! You damn frog. What? How did I miss? Oh, I got it. Finally. Alright, finally. My bad. Let's do something else now. My bad.
It sure made him happy.
Ah! Oh, I gotta jump on the wheel again. I gotta knock off all the toys, I think. I gotta knock them off. Whee!
I know how silly it sounds.
I got it.
But I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Oh, I can keep going.
I wish he could have told us.
Wait!
About
Okay,
the world he
there's
saw.
no way a baby could have did that. Yep. I drowned in the tub, but I don't understand how.
So much I don't understand. About Gregory. About everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault.
I don't understand. How did a baby turn the water back on? I'm so confused.
I'm sure he's happy.
I mean, he did. Like, is he really happy?
And he'd want you to be happy too.
think he'd want to be with his parents.
Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Well, you didn't miss much. You just missed us drown in a bathtub. So our baby brother that's how he died. R.I.P. Gregory. I don't get how the water turned back on, though, because it showed the mom turn the water off. A baby is not strong enough to turn the water on by itself. All right, here's Dawn.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
Here's Gus.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
So this one's kind of fun. I like this one.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
Whee! I like this one. This is fun to do.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, "We don't need a stepmom," were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
There's a wedding going on.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger.
So he was flying a kite instead of being at the wedding.
The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Nope, nothing over here. Oh, over here.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
A tornado?
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Where's the music? Uh-oh. I guess that's what we're supposed to do.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Did he just happen to be flying a kite during the tornado? Or during
She
a
never
tornado?
talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Here.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
That would be a cool way to get to somebody's room.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
Milton, this is Lewis. John, Edith. So they planted, this must be where they were buried and then they planted flowers on them?
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Fact or fiction? You know, I gotta say, the police or detectives, they would have a field day with their household. Because imagine having a family this big, all living in one house, and if there's this many tragedies, you would think that it would like raise some red flag or raise some eyes.
But it didn't last.
Here that we can click on. Scientific method, observation, question, research, hypothesis, experiment, data, conclusion.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
He was an artist. You're right, this house would be a fire hazard. I didn't even think about that. I go that way. How do we go inside? Maybe we're not supposed to go in. Oh, wait. Yes, we are. I just walked right past it. I see. Lots of footprints.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
That's pretty neat. This would be some serious talent. Oh, that must be it.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
He just disappeared? Oh wait, what's this? Oh, it's a rope. I guess we go back.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Is Edith? I think that's her name. Yeah, because about Edith Finch. Is she not nervous about her having a kid? Is she not nervous that, like,
Mom
she's
definitely
gonna be
blamed
cursed?
Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Alright, we got an achievement. This must have been the last peephole. His room looked cool. Oh, nope, that's not safe. Okay. lived in a boat?
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January.
Oh, it's making you sleepy? I mean, not really. I mean, her voice is pretty soothing. I could totally see it. And the rain, yeah, the rain, her voice. I hope I didn't miss anybody. So we're about to hear Lewis's story. But I missed Sanjay. And I missed Kay. I missed Edie as well. Huh. I hope it lets me go back and find those stories.
Shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery. But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Oh, I can move.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
Trying to multitask?
And things that have not names.
Oh, I see. There's a path. My goodness.
He knew it was all in his head. He took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on.
I guess I keep going.
I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
A puppy!
On the edge of a city named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger.
He really liked fish.
He no longer spoke at the cannery.
No longer spoke.
But his chopping was as reliable as ever.
Huh.
Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. he held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Oh, I gotta keep going.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on.
It's hard to multitask. I'm having a hard time doing
New
both.
Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
He's the drug addict, I'm assuming. Oh, wait, yeah, I did. Never mind. Don't answer that. It just said that. I'm pretty sure.
Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
Sad.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen.
Whoa, this is cool.
The queen was on her own quest for sinister serpents.
Ah! The first one I chose, yeah, it does let you choose, yeah.
He followed the sound of her.
Follow the sound of her. We're gonna do harp.
Silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Now, whenever it went to the serpent one, I was kind of distracted.
So proud of having created
I
it.
chose that by accident, but it was still cool.
In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Maybe he didn't like who he was, and that's why he had a big imagination.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Whoa, it's a trippy picture.
He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker.
Yeah, he clearly didn't like who he was in real life. But I don't blame him. I would not want this to be my job.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
They look so cute. I like their
Including
weird
a
little
wise
faces.
Calico who'd insisted on inviting him. His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
He's gotta kiss his queen.
Bend down his head.
Oh no!
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
So instead of slicing a fish, he sliced his head.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Jeez. That was brutal. What's this?
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Hey, I die a lot in games too. We have a lot in common. How did we exit the boat? I feel like we just exited. Oh, wait, this way. Exit. How about the sign that says exit? Did I miss this? Did I really miss this and just go right back the way that I came? Oh my gosh. I hope not, because that'd be embarrassing.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral.
Yep, I missed it. I am that oblivious. Wow.
She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Okay, that makes me feel better. You did too? Okay. Oh wait, what does that say? The magnets. This says Edith.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
I think it's our turn. Figure out how we died.
But it had to end one way or another.
Or how we're gonna die.
All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Let the grown-ups argue. That sounds so realistic. You go play so we can yell at each other.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance.
Speaking of us saying that this house is a fire hazard, oh, there's no electricity, but we're gonna have all these candles, even though the way this house is shaped, that does not sound like a very safe idea.
Had a key to it.
Whoa, that was a secret passage too?
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
History of the Finches by Edith Finch.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born.
Are we gonna find out about the curse?
That night, the tide went way, way out.
Oh, I can move. My bad.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life.
You know, I'm not brave. I wouldn't come all the way out here and look at this.
To it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Uh-oh.
I got turned around.
Wait. Oh, okay. I was like, I can't see. Maybe I should look at my feet.
I started seeing things.
Come back. Don't leave me by myself.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me.
Is that a toilet?
Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
So we'll never know.
I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot.
I'm a
We
snake.
both tried to make the best of it.
I'm having too much fun with this.
A few years went by.
Supposed to blow it? Or just go back and forth.
My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened.
Just
pretty
coughed away my flower.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it.
Yeah, I turned the volume down just a little bit.
I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Maybe I died giving birth?
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Aw, that was such a sad ending. Like, I had a feeling it was gonna happen, but now that it's actually here, I don't want it to happen. A story by Giant Sparrow. That was so sad. That is so cool. Like, so the people that like made this game possible, they used all their baby pictures instead of like making it to their real pictures. I like that. That's really creative. Oh, we got a trophy for the end. Oh, sweet. We also get a trophy for the credits. Okay, I'll watch the credits then. I liked that game, but it was sad. I mean, I knew it was going to be sad, obviously. I mean, it kind of sets you up for that, but part of me was hoping. Like, I was hoping if I kept saying, oh, and then we die. Now it's our turn. I was hoping it was going to be unpredictable and be like, just kidding. We both get to live, and we were the only two that the curse didn't get, I guess. But that didn't happen. So, hopefully our son survives long enough for more Finches to be born. I don't know. He might not, though. He might not. He was by that house. I still think the house is cursed. That house is cursed. I don't think it was their family that was cursed. Trophy earned for Thanks, Johan.